Morning, everyone. For years I've enjoyed deer hunting, been collecting all sorts of antlers, and my wife wants me to turn them into something useful. We have a cabin up north that has some exposed lights, so I thought I'd make some light shades out of my antlers. So I went out in the woods, cut myself a couple oak slabs like this. They're about 6 to 8 inches in diameter. And I'm going to take misplaced horns laying around. So basically I want to turn the horns and the wood into something that's going to end up looking like this. Okay, the next step is to put a hole into your oak. Some people call these cookies, and I use a little drill press like this. In my case, I used an 1.5 inch wood bit, and the reason for that is the finished product. I'm going to use these outdoor lamp. They're sealed units for outdoor, but of course it'd be indoor, so it doesn't make any difference. And the circumference or diameter of this is 1.5 inches, and it works well for that, because then you can easily insert these in through the hole like this. The wires will go through there for your finished product, and then this turned on top, and then this I would screw up into the outlet that's in the ceiling. Also, to finish off these, I sprayed a lacquer thinner on the outside on the bark and brushed on a polyurethane on the wood surface itself to seal that up a little bit. Then you take your antler sets, whatever you have, and run through a bandsaw. You can use a hand saw, but if you have a bandsaw, it works a whole lot better. Because you want a nice flat cut like this, so when you place the antler on the wood cookie thing, it sits real flat, like so. Then to clean up the antler, I had some crud cutter sitting around, so I just sprayed this down, put it in the sink, took a brush, brushed it down, and it cleans up really nice. And then once that's dried, again I brushed on some polyurethane on an antler like this, and it finishes off, gives it a little bit of a nice shine to it, just covers it real well. Then another step, of course, is to put a pre-drilled hole in the antler. This is bone material, so it's hard, so you got to kind of use a drill press and the whole thing's solid, but you also want the surface of the horn here to be flat, so your hole goes in straight. So I've got this one started. I'm going to go a little bit further with it. Just kind of push it down. It takes a little time to get it through there, but you can just drill it down in. Tap it out so you end up with a hole in the antler. To finish off the electrical component, as I mentioned, use these outdoor lamp holders. Screw on this fastener plate, like so. Put it down as tight as you can get it. Sometimes you have to turn this a little bit just to get them to fit just right. And then, once you get them in place, I have pre-drilled some holes in the wood here. I've marked it. And then just take a little screw with whatever you have. It's not critical. Just screw that in tight. There's 2 holes on here, one on each side, one here, one here. So that'll secure that up good. So then you just end up with that being fastened like that, and your antlers will get placed on the bottom. Now the key to placing the antlers on the bottom is you'll have to do a little bit of an arrangement to make them fit. And in mine, I've gone with 4 antlers all the way around, one on each corner, and just kind of get them set up so that the light bulb and the light fixture in the middle is open, and you can get to the light bulb, change it if you want to. We're going to use LEDs, and with our age we probably won't change them, but you may want to switch them out at some point in time. So that's how that works. And once you get the hole in your wood block, your electrical fixtures in place, you've drilled the preset hole in your antler, then you position the antler onto the wood cookie and just run a screw down through the wood block into the antler. And like I said, you position it so they kind of have the opening in here so the light bulb will show through. I have not glued these down, I've just screwed them so they are loose. They can be adjusted a little bit if you want to put them right where you need to be. But hopefully you'll end up with a product that looks something like this. And I said this will be wired into the ceiling mount. We do have car siding on our ceiling, so my plan is to run a screw up through the block, the wood cookie into the ceiling to hold it tight in place. And then we should end up with some neat antler light shades.